Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I am very excited to be checking out the 27th most popular project on all of games. Hey, Uria! That is Feralis, Obscure Land, a competitive deck construction card game with zero luck combat. Your only ... So I gotta say, the main image is really uninspiring to me. Like, I'm actually just trying to figure out what it is. I think these are some of the cards, but they're like flying around, and I can't even really see the artwork on the card. I look at the box, and I see like it's like eyes or something. I could barely read it. I think that says core set, but just the information here is just, Like, I'd love to know a player count, a time length. You know, I'd love to see a zoom in on some of the artwork. I'd love to know more than just funded in 4 hours. Have we hit stretch goals? You know, are there daily unlocks? So much. It looks like a bat. Hey, it does kind of look like a bat. Welcome, Julio? I hope I'm getting that right. So this is 71,000 euros. It's already been raised. It's happened from Milan, Italy. Love seeing that. Your only resource is time. Manage it wisely. Okay, so there's a time element to this game. That kind of excites me. I didn't know that from the main thing, though, because it cut that part off. But as always when I go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Ooh, I like that symbol, too. What does that say? Don't panic? Is that the publisher that they're publishing through? I don't know. Let's go.
There was a time of peace. A time where the brooder ruled wisely over the species spread across the universe. Vulcan, Moral, Skrell, Gilmora lived side by side in harmony, but the brightest light hides the darkest darkness.
Let's get to cards.
The brooder fell ill and began to
So we're going straight theme here. Never a particularly big fan of this, especially not if it's like something pre-established where it's like, oh, I love this theme, I'm excited to see it. I'd much rather see, like, what does the board look like? What does my hand look like? Is there, like, a deck area? I'd like to see something about the game soon.
Fragments of their divine bodies fell across the universe. Within some of them, the disease continued to grow and thrive, creating new life. From those fragments, the Aesyrs were born. But the wisdom of the fathers was not passed on to the children.
So, magic crap exploded, now there's smaller magic crap, a whole bunch of magic people. Not saying crap in a negative way, I'm just saying it's a basic premise. Magic things explode, now there's a bunch of little magic things floating around.
Without the guidance
Presumably they're the cards in the game, which we're gonna see someday.
of the brooder, the feral instincts of the races began awakening. The Vulcan fortified citadels, the Moral returned to hunting other creatures, the Gilmora summoned energies from the bowels of the earth, the Skrell hives.
So, pretty much what they're doing, I think this is the easiest way to explain it. Imagine if someone tried to explain the game Star Realms to you, but they tried to deeply thematically tell you why the blob are doing so much damage. Instead of just saying, oh yeah, the green cards do damage. They're like, oh, the blobs were thrown out from the original overworld. You'd be like, can you just, like, what do the yellows do? So I feel like just focus on, I just want to know about the gameplay.
Multiplied. Each race wanted to prevail, to kill, to conquer. But they were all too weak. They needed guidance. They needed us.
Cards! Cards! There it is! Catalyst. When one of your creatures goes to the graveyard, you gain 1 life points. You can place an additional card in your incubator. You can use a catalyst on it. Okay, this looks nice. Special abilities. Trackers here. Like that. So this looks like asymmetric skills here. Divine skills. Like that.
It was an act of mercy to subdue them.
And there we go. I'm seeing a nice looking, very functional playmat. I love this playmat / board. I don't know what it is, but I want it. Why'd I have to wait 1:20 for this? I was about to say it was done, but okay, that looks solid. Yeah, this looks...
subdue them, to make pacts with them.
That's a great shot right there. I see there's going to be standees of some sort.
Weaving
okay.
our own game of betrayal and lies. Dominating Feralis is our only goal, and to...
What the hell is going on here? This looks fun. This act, like, the first minute, 10 seconds look like, okay, whatever. This looks good. Like, what's going on with these dice here? It's secret information. It's hidden from you. Like, I want to know how this plays. Now, you're talking to me in theme right now, so I don't actually understand what I'm going to do. But I'm going to really try to understand what goes in these standees. Let's go.
Game of betrayal and lies. Dominating Feralis is our only goal, and to do so, we must take down the other Aesyrs one by one. Thanks to our powers, we can summon the creatures, use them to crush the opponent.
Oh, cool. So double-sided cards? Like that. They should have done this in reverse. Start with this and then go into exposition, but not for you. I would have clicked off of this. I agree. Or interweaved or something. Like...
Raise them from the dead if necessary, and transform them into something more.
Oh, so that's not like double-sided, but in the form that they upgrade. Love that. Like that. That's really
something dark. But if you think that's all there is to it, you're sorely mistaken. What's left of the brooder, fragments of their body too small to turn into us, are what we call catalysts. Using them means calling upon an extraordinary force, turning the brooder's light into blood. We can make the morale more fierce, the Skrill faster.
Okay. Like, that was a really, really, really thematic way of saying, yeah, you can upgrade these ones too. Like, it just seemed like it's a bit much.
Gamora more powerful. The Vulcan more resistant. We can enhance any ability they have, shape them, heal them, sacrifice them.
That's cool.
There is nothing they can do to stop us, because we are the Aesyrs, children of Brooder and Chaos, rulers of worlds and infinitely powerful gods. Become one of us. Choose your allies. Prevail over the other Aesyrs and conquer your rightful place. Ready for the conquest?
I really liked everything there that wasn't theme. Unfortunately, it was smushed right in the middle, and I wonder how many people didn't get to the good stuff in the middle. You know, that's interesting. So, 793 backers. It's happening. It's done. First created, 41 back. Dear Chris Studios is a board game publisher who work every day to create living, fantastic worlds filled with glorious battles and unforgettable characters. We dream that our players can fully immerse themselves and be captivated by our magical stories. So, we got a whole bunch of people here. Wowzers. So that should be some good customer service and good updates. I do like seeing that. That being said, as always after the video, I think three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Do I want it? I need to know more. I want to know the size of the box. I want to know the price. I want to know a little bit more about the gameplay. What's the core gameplay loop? How customizable is it? I want to know a lot of things that weren't really answered in the video. I know about the backstory. Can you do it? So, first-timers. This is a first-time game studio and first-time game designer I saw on Board Game Geek. So that's always something to be cognizant of. I need to be convinced. And how much is it? Hopefully we don't beat around the bush when we get to the price. So we have a stretch goal spotlight right from the jump. I do like this. Focusing on stretch goals immediately. 4 single deck boxes. New component. What is this? So these are boxes to hold each one of them. That's great. That's a great component. Like, that's awesome. I like that. It's Kickstarter exclusive. I think it's a great way to start. 70 German backers, and we'll get a translation pack. Fantastic. I'd like to know roundabout what number we're on this. Maybe this could get updated every day. Like, even if it's just text. Like, even if it's just big, bold text. 32 out of 70 right here. You can just update that once a day. You can put the time it's updated. 70 Spanish. Because it doesn't have to be a fancy graphic necessarily. We all see what you're doing and appreciate what we're doing. What you're doing. You're trying to bring gamers everywhere this game, which I love to see. Day 4 recap. 13 stretch goals unlocked. This is wow. Now, this is new. This is new and I like it. So this is a updated every day, presumably, recap of what's going on. Kind of like a mini update inside your story. Like it. Card number upgrade. 12 common cards, 12 uncard, and 4 rare cards. So, what does that mean they were upgraded? Not sure. New cards. 1 new divine skill card. I do like that. Box upgrade. Gold finish for the core box. Cool. New game mode. 4 players. Because that's the other thing. You haven't told me the player count, the time length, the age. Like, you're killing me here, Smalls. And now that I hear common, uncommon, rare cards, I'm saying to myself, wait, is this a collectible game? Is this a trading card game? Is this, what, you said deck construction, which I thought meant deck building, but it's not. It's something different, I think. So hopefully I get the answer to that as well. Extended reward for gameplay, all-in pledge until April 5th. So you have 1 more day, and you get an extra summer. That's a banger. That's fantastic. And hopefully, Hopefully this goes away after that, because otherwise it's just a tease after 5 days. So here we got the game set up. I saw this. Looks cool. 1 to 4, 30 to 60, ages 14 plus. Good. Now I finally know. Contains animated violence. Get it. Game modes 1v1, 2v2, and a solo mode. Wait, the solo mode's not unlocked yet. Don't like that. Very clever with the translations as a stretch goal. Have not seen that before. I like it as well. I think having it mixed in there with just regular financial ones is extra good too, because nobody can be mad. Like, because I can see some people being like, I don't care about this stretch goal, getting this into German or whatever. But if it's just mixed in there with everything else, it's like it makes them look, I think, even better. Feralis has a subtle engine-building persona to develop a field of symbiont creatures that are intuitively linked with a superb fantasy horror theme. That was a mouthful. But I do like the fact he mentioned subtle engine-building persona. I don't quite know what that means. What does that mean? Like, this sounds like someone trying to sound very smart. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a very good quote, but, like, and it might just be that they're way smarter than me, but I'm just going to say it. What'd you think about Feralis, Forrest? Well, I thought it had a subtle engine-building persona to develop a field of symbiont creatures that are intuitively linked with a superb fantasy horror theme. I liked it. Like, imagine those words coming out of my mouth. It just sounds so weird. Either way, it does tell me about engine building, which I like to know. This game will give you hours and hours of play because the way you can mix and match breeds of creatures to form your deck, giving you a new strategy each time you play. Now I love this quote. There's so much to explore here, and the artwork is absolutely stunning. So much to explore here as well. That was a fantastic quote. That felt like they tried too hard with a thesaurus. I could agree with that. But either way, both of these I feel like were solid quotes for letting me know stuff about the game. This is a very balanced game. I never had the feeling of necessarily losing or necessarily winning until the very last 2 turns. I feel like that's a solid one as well. That's a feeling everybody hates, especially in the longer games when like a second turn that sucks. You're like, shoot, I'm playing for third, aren't I? That's not fun. The story begins. There was a time of peace. Now it's time for chaos. Cool stuff, things. We're going more theme. Quick setup, cool topic, nice artwork, and easy to learn game with a lot of bad moves to beat your opponents. Bad moves. I don't know what that means. I think it'd be like fun, cool, whatever. I like the quick setup. I do like mentioning that, especially with that playmat. You showed me that. I felt like I wanted that. Why back now? Enjoy Kickstarter exclusive content. I think there's an X in there. Receive all stretch goals for free. First wave shipping. Save on the MSRP. Experience the campaign with us. Help make the game a reality. I gotta say that's a great why back now section. Hopefully it's led to exactly with the pledge levels and the prices, because that's all I want right now. You've made me want this with good quotes. And the artwork, yeah, it's solid. It's like, I don't think like anyone's going to be like, and what I mean by that, it's like, I don't feel like anyone's going to badmouth the artwork. Like, whether or not it's good artwork is up to you. Like, I think it's good artwork. I love the artwork and theme of this game. The unique system of having 2 different creatures per card creates interesting decisions that makes this a highly strategic deck construction game. Cool. Are you new to Kickstarter? No. Pledge tiers. Become a God of Mork core pledge. So 43 euros, approximately $49. That's rock solid. I think I got an idea of what size this box is. It's not Ticket to Ride, but it's that next size down. Get the main Feralis Obscure Land box with all of its amazing content, all related stretch goals. 145 tarot cards. So I think that right there is just top notch. That graphic is great. Like, because it shows me we've already unlocked 27 additional cards. And in any game, if you've unlocked 27 cards, that's great. That's a fantastic stretch goal. That's a lot of gameplay. Like, that is roughly 25% of the original game. But I also love the fact that they did it so it's like, oh, it was a stretch goal. It was unlocked. It gets me more excited. 66 tokens. Maybe zoom in a little bit, but other than that, 20 dice. You got the 8 card standees, the 2 game boards. So those are game boards. Then we have the gameplay all in. So this is the core pledge. This one gets the full Feralis experience. This includes the land core set, which we just saw, correct? Yes. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Rules of the Peak Corel expansion, which is one of these. And look at that. It's that one. I could tell because they even put the words on it. Nice. And the Feralis Obscure Land core set. So it's going to come with 2 expansion boxes. Smaller expansion boxes, looks like. The Savage Force 1 roast. So it's, 2 expansions. And all related stretch goals. So inside of this, we're getting 229 tarot cards. Now, here's my question. Hey, what's up, Dear Game Studio? So here's my question. It says 229 tarot cards. Is that all three of these? I'm assuming that's not 220 divided amongst those two. Because that's the one thing I'm asking here. But yeah, like, show me the cards. Looks good. Deluxe bundle all in. So presumably, okay. So this one comes with 2 expansions. This one's going to get deluxeified. And this one comes with the 2 neoprene mats. Yeah, because I thought those were mats. The Kickstarter exclusive Aesyr. What's that? Hopefully I know what that is soon. The 200 premium card sleeves. So you got to buy the card sleeves to get the play mats. Interesting. Okay. Cards to deities, and hopefully there's an add-on section, so this thing is all a moot. There it is, cards to divas. Oh, that was the first 5 days one. Okay, cool, clear. 2 neoprene mats, good stuff, and they're nice looking mats. Not only they got the artwork, but they got the functionality. Love that. You got the sleeves, fancy looking sleeves. Kickstarter exclusive. Okay. Who doesn't want godlike powers? We got the price, right? So $147. All right. But at the end of the day, the base game is $43. Let's take a look at the pledge level, see what the most popular ones are. $1 on the fence, like that. $33, I was going to say. I wouldn't imagine this was the most popular one. The gameplay all in, $59. And then the big one, $288. Okay, so that's what you want. You want the most popular one being the most expensive one where they're getting all the stuff. But I will say, this is still very ambitious. So much expansions adds roughly 42 cards each. Okay. This is like a tuck box. Like a tarot-sized tuck box. Okay. Cool. Do they all fit in the same box? So that's one thing popping in my question there. I would assume so. What's in the box? 4 unique cards. I don't like the art, but it says it's a solid campaign so far. Pricey for a card game. It is tarot-sized cards. That is, I feel like that's the one thing. Like 200 tarot-sized cards. I honestly don't know how much tarot-sized... Like, I kept trying to think of other games with tarot-sized cards with that many tarot-sized cards. And a card game with 200 tarot-sized cards is just not coming to my mind. So we got 28 creature cards. So now we're getting a breakdown specifically of the different creatures. And that's the other thing, too. These aren't just 28 cards. They're 28 double-sided cards with different abilities on them. So there's just tons of text on this. Enhance one of yours. Okay. I think that gets me excited. 28 creature cards. Oh, so these are all... Oh, because these are the different children that broke apart into all the different pieces. Wow. So each one is going to have its own different flair and flavor. Like, that gets me excited. I mean, that's why I love games like Hero Realms and Star Realms. Divine skills. So we got 30 unique cards. Okay. Look fancy. Game boards. 8 plastic standees. So I say to myself... What's the price? It's $48. That's $12 less MSRP, and I see that seems reasonable. I don't have an issue with that. Then when you start getting to the premium stuff, 2 expansions. So I'm getting the base game and 2 expansions. So those are 2 $20 expansions. Okay, not great. Evocative deck construction but it is not terrible. Where time is of the essence, board's eye view. So this is an all-inclusive card game, or more like a TCG, CCG. Yes! Thank you, Christopher. That was a question I was asking earlier. I totally kind of spaced on it because it had the rares. I would imagine, because there's no booster packs or anything like that. The prototype over to you. Let's have a look at the prototype. Okay. Wow, showcasing the artwork. Look at that. That is pretty. I really appreciate Feralis for the simplicity of its mechanics, but also for its complexity and strategy level. Savage Force. So this is the expansion set that we were talking a little bit earlier. A new Aesyr. These creatures will bring the force to the earth for the backpack. So they each can have... So these are just... So you're going to want these, pretty much. If these are just new cards that you're able to smush together with your old cards and mush them all together, which is what it was saying in the quotes, which is what gets me excited about this, that's great. Like, you're going to want these as a gamer. So what am I looking for here? Gameplay video, rulebook, I'm guessing. Feralis will satisfy fans of 2-player card games who like to explore dark worlds and figure out the best strategies to crush their opponent. Okay. Add-ons, expand your army. So these were, okay, we already talked about these. And yeah, they're €20 or $22 a pop. So we're getting, what, a $2 off, pretty much. 10%. Okay. Neoprene mat, you can get those extra. Card protection, cool stuff. Translation package. Okay. Awesome. Learn to play. Whoa. 1345. This looks awesome. That's what I want to see.
Couple creatures out quickly.
Learn to play, Sean, right there. So yeah, I'd say it's a check mark. I'd honestly put that one maybe a little bit higher, but that's cool. Game, but they've gone theme first the whole way. Gameplay master the thing, good stuff. I'm just looking for the shipping more, to be honest with you. Like, we're getting into the gameplay weeds here, which I like to see. I'm just looking for a gameplay video. I think that's it. There's the how to play. I just need the gameplay. This is good, but hopefully right after this we have the build your strategy. 3 single... Oh, that's why you have legendary rare, because you're constructing your deck and you can only have a certain number of each. Dum-da-dum-dum-dum. It just all clicked in my head right there. Breeds, you can join up to a maximum of 2 breeds per deck, and that's fantastic. That reminds me of Mage Wars, where it's like you'd be playing like a ranger, then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, there's an 18 cost giant flaming hell demon. And it's fun to have those kind of cards just in your back pocket. Nobody sees them coming, and this sounds like, especially with those 2 expansions, that's the kind of thing that you could potentially bring together. Gameplay-wise, I feel like they're doing a good job of making me want to try this game and play this game. When creating your deck, you may insert a maximum. So this is clean and clear system. 4, 8, 16. And I bet you, much like in the way that I keep bringing up Mage Wars, and like in Summoner Wars, the same thing. Just the constructing your deck is going to be one of the funnest part of the games, which maybe is once again why they mentioned that in the main thing. I think just the video. Like, the video just threw me off. I think of, like, the first 20 seconds was just explaining to me how there's, these 4 different things, and each one of these is going to be its own separate, unique sort of monsters and characteristics. You're going to be able to mush them together, and construct your own unique deck. I think that would have been so much better. Take a look at a rule booklet to get to know. Cool. Tabletopia, love that. Tabletop, love that. Stretch goals, cool. Gold finish for the game box, plus 3 cards, and these are double-sided cards. Fantastic. Plus 3 cards. 1 additional card for each Gomorrah creature or common type. I love this. Just gameplay. 2 versus 2 mode. That's fantastic. 3 cards. Awesome. I'm loving Mage Wars and Summoner Wars. Just purchased both recently. Glad to hear. This one, that's given me similar vibes. Not the same, but definitely similar. Like, just the building your thing, then the 4 single death boxes. And now that I understand your game even more, I love this deck box system even more. Because that's just, I keep bringing up Mage Wars. There's Mage books, and so you can just construct the decks, and you can just leave them in there until you want to do them. It sounds like you do the same thing with these boxes as well. Cool. And more to come. Social challenges. Every time 3 stars are unlocked, we will select a winner for the participants who get their pledge for free. Wow! This is, I love this, but this is way too awesome to be buried 24 minutes in. At least allude to this sort of thing. Like, this is cool. Kickstarter page shares, likes on the Board Game Geek page, great, which is hopefully going to get you higher on the hotness. Comments on the Kickstarter page, so they're trying to churn the Kickstarter. Instagram page likes. I love this. Because they're doing a couple things. They're trying to get themselves higher on the hotness. Check. Trying to get just more eyeballs on it. Check. Comments on the Kickstarter, so it's high in the popularity chart. And then Instagram page like, which presumably is going to be something long-term. Because they'll have those people who will be following them for a long time. Solo is a stretch goal. That is always one that makes me wary. For each category where 3 stars are unlocked, we will select a winner from the participants who get their pledge for 3. Cool. Okay. Let's do it together. Retailers, become an ambassador. Overviews, look through the mist of time. Board games in a minute. I just want the full gameplay. That's the one thing. I didn't see a full gameplay. Hopefully we get it. Tabletop Gaming Magazine. Nope. Gameplay. Gameplay. Where art thou? Kickstarter. Nope.
Hey.
Nope. I want a gameplay. Preview. Not English. Not gameplay. Not. Come on. Is there not a single gameplay here? Is this gameplay? There's so much. I've lost this. I gotta say, I love how they're going international here, and I wonder if it paid off. 127 Italy, 67 France, 15. So that's good numbers, rock solid numbers. So we got the team. So we didn't actually get a gameplay video. That's really weird. That there's so many videos, and not one of them's a gameplay. That concerns me a little bit. Partners. Mob, ShipQuest. Because they have everything else. Like, everything else. And I do love the fact they're talking about who they're shipping with. Who they have licensing through. This makes it look good. On the Can You Do It, I feel like this page was so well done. A lot of the little details, a lot of the graphic design, that I kind of forgot that you were a first-time game designer who's talking about making this game and these playmats and, 2 expansions all at the same time, taking one huge bite, essentially, starting up a franchise. But I feel like they did a good job. The beginning of the journey. Ship will be charged after the end of the campaign during the Pledge Manager phase. Below, you'll find an estimated... Yeah, get out of here. We are by necessity using projected costs at the moment. The pandemic crisis has brought an incredible rise. For all customs-friendly destination backers from the countries will not incur any customs fees. So, converted currency, boy howdy, I love that. That's fantastic. So, $21. Core gameplay. So that's where we're getting up there. That's where we're getting up there. And once again, that definitely makes me feel like they're shipping from Italy. So now we're up to a $69 game. That's a big ask. And then we got the most popular one, which goes up to $167. Yeah, that price. I feel like that price is going to be a turnoff for some people there. Ship additional copies of the game at the same locations for just $8 per. So if you bundle up, essentially, you can get a way cheaper price. Cool. And then hopefully we get to the VAT. We got any VAT? You mentioned the VAT. Below we'll find an estimated shipping costs. We are a necessity using project costs at the beginning. These countries will not incur any custom fees. So does that mean VAT? No VAT? No, there we go. I don't know. It's so hard. I wish there was just an easy way to tell. We cannot ship to Afghanistan or Russia. When's the game coming out? So, April 2022. No, that's when it happens. Oh, this is when you first started designing it. Okay, cool. Ships to warehouse March. So, next year. Maybe Origins release at that time. We're in a bad time for shipping. Sorry, not our fault. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a bad time for shipping. But that's still, I mean, it's... Not everybody has that issue. People find ways around it. I don't know how. They work their wizardry. But $22, it's a hard one. After the end of the campaign, the order can still be canceled. Received a full refund within 14 days. Cool. Terms and conditions. No VAT. Oh, there's no VAT. Okay, so that's what that did mean. Okay, I would put that all in big bold for the dum-dums. So once again, that just makes you look good, too. Like, even for the Americans who don't even care, just no VAT, like, that just makes you look good. Like, just like these things right here. They look good on you. FAQ. Is VAT included in the price? Yes. That's huge. And that also makes me understand the prices being a little bit higher right there. Can I change my pledge after the selection? I have backed at the core pledge. Well, so I'd like to see this organized, like Reload from Colossal Games, how they do it. Just because if my question's the 9th question, I have to read through 9 questions to get to it. But overall, okay, whatever. Check out the updates. Are they engaging? 41 comments, 2 comments, 4 comments, 3 comments, 0 comments. Oh my gosh, 5 comments, 1 comments. So no engagement pretty much at all. And then we got one big one. So let's see what they did different here. Let's try if we can try and pinpoint. I'm willing to pay a bit extra to help others get theirs with no VAT. Respect and understand that price. Yeah, same thing. And that's why, honestly, I go back to that main image. Like, where it's just, like, kind of stuff floating around. Like, no VAT. Like, I would be huge, all caps. Like, somewhere on there. Like, that's a big deal. Children of the Brood. And once again, it makes me understand the price a little bit more. Children of the Brood. Are you pumped up today? Because there's voting. So get your keyboards ready. And so voting. Let's see. I always say this. Voting moves the needle. Today we're talking about how the campaign is going. Community vote, choose the name, things to remember. We've already unlocked 14 stretch goals and we're at 792 backers. As you are all probably aware, especially those who really immerse themselves and have joined us on the Discord channel to playtest, each deck of cards played on Feralis is equivalent to a breed of creatures with specific characteristics. Some who prefer brutal physical strength, others who focus on... Okay, so we're going more into that. Cool. Conquest the way. So you're really keeping people in the loop here. And one thing I always say, the marquee needs a lot of work. Needs player game. Yeah, the marquee is... It's not really... It just doesn't draw you in. It just looks like darkish and a baddish kind of. But the Discord, I would try and have as little chit chat on the Discord as possible, honestly. And I always recommend this, especially to video game companies who are really bad about it. I'd recommend a Discord blackout just for this time period. We're trying to keep everything on the Kickstarter if possible. You know, it's not a huge deal, but we're trying to keep it on the Kickstarter possible so it can be up higher on the popularity charts. While Discord is an amazing thing, I still think it it could be an enemy to Kickstarter pages sometimes, just because if people read stuff on the Discord, why do they need to go back to the Kickstarter page? And you ideally want them to come back to the Kickstarter page, because that is how, you tickle the Kickstarter algorithm. But I love voting, because voting gets you comments. Boom. This is more comments than the rest of the other 6 things combined. So great. Comments. That marquee, yeah. Looks amazing. Take enough time for testing. No errata, please. Yeah, let's take a look at the rules. What do we got? Game overview, using this book. Components, and then setup, hopefully. Components. Then we're going into the components. Setup. There we go. Component setup. Oh, love that. That's what I'm looking for. Pictured, numbered, examples, pictures. More pictures. That's what I want to see. All right, 26 pages. You got an index in the back. Hopefully the last page... Oh, no, the last page has the index on it. Okay. I like a player reference, personally. And that's the other thing. Are there player reference cards? That's the only thing I haven't seen. I think this game definitely... A player reference card would be nice. But comments, they're in here. They're doing it. All right, let's give this one a final grade. Do I want it? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see a gameplay video. That's one thing I'd really like to see that I thought was glaring. Can you do it? First-time game designers and first-time publishers. Always a bit concerning, but all the ducks in a row. Graphic design looks great. They got the game in the hands of content creators literally from all around the world, which you see that impact right here when you're just crushing it in Italy and France. You go to another Kickstarter with a lot more money, and I bet they're probably not going to have 67 people from France. That tells me you're doing a great job at something there. So awesome. So can you do it? Yeah, I'll nudge towards that. How much is it? Price isn't great. So honestly, with this one, the game looks cool. It's a solid grade. I like a lot of the stuff. I think, yeah, I agree with Sean. Just the marquee, I think, could be a lot more exciting. Let me know a little bit more about it. And the first minute of the video, honestly, that just kind of took my sales out of me a little bit. It was just so much theme. And when there's 100 other tabletop games out there right now, it's like, chances are your theme's not that amazing that it's going to be the thing that moves the needle, unless it's like an adventure game or something like that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with the B, I think, on this one. Solid B. B+. No, I'm going to go with the B. I'm going to go with the B. But let me know in the comments below, what's your final grade for Feralis, Obscure Land? And as always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, celebrate my 10th anniversary of making YouTube content. Bye-bye.